Hey everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Honeybee Stamps, and today I will be making a card using the latest release. You may notice that it is not out yet. There was an issue with some manufacturing, so Honeybee Stamps had to delay the release by a week or so. So today I'm just going to be giving you a preview of some of the items that will be um, in the release. So we're going to go ahead and make a card here. We're going to be using some distress oxides. We're going to be using wilted violet, seedless preserves, and dusty concord. And what we're going to be doing is some ink blending. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. We're just going to go ahead and take our first brush here, and we are going to start just blending the crap out of this piece of paper. We're going to start out with seedless preserves, and then we're going to move over to the middle purple here, and we're just pretty much doing some layering of different kinds of purples here. We're going to be making a Halloween card today, so what Halloween's like, purple and orange and black and all that great stuff. So what I'm doing is just going back and forth with all the inks until the paper is covered and it looks like there is a really good blend here. I love the bottom, the bright purple going into like the little, kind of like the dusty purple, and then it looks beautiful, you guys. So now what I'm going to do is just cut this down to be a little bit less than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because I will be putting a black mat behind it. And right now we are going to stamp out the sentiment, and this is from the sentiment stamp, or actually we're going to stamp out the trees first. The trees are from a stamp set called Trick or Treat, and you won't be, normally you guys, I usually show you the products I'm going to be using, but because it hasn't been released yet, I couldn't do all that. So we're just going to show you pieces of this. So basically what I'm going to do is use some embossing ink here, and I'm going to stamp these trees out 3 times. And then what I'll be doing is covering them up with some white heat embossing, and we will get these run through the die cutting machine so that we can get those cut out and get started on the next part of the card here. But you're going to see me here. I'm going to go ahead and pour this out. This white heat embossing powder, just going to pour it all over the cardstock, make sure the trees are all covered, and we're going to be doing some heat embossing. And as you can see, we have completed the heat embossing here. I love this tree. It looks really cool. I just love how, like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a skeleton, but not really. Like, you can tell it's a tree. We're only going to be using 2 of these trees. My original idea of using 3, there wasn't quite enough room on the card panel for it, so I just went ahead and just decided to use 1. Now the next thing we're going to do is just play around here. I just wanted to see where the trees were going to fit and all that great stuff. But right now we are going to stamp out the sentiment. And this is the sentiment step. Ghouls just want to have fun. I'm going to rub it with my hand because it's a new stamp and we want to make sure that the embossing ink sticks to it. And I use my embossing powder there, or I'm sorry, the embossing buddy there, so that I can make sure that none of the powder sticks to the cardstock other than to the ink. And then again, you're going to see me go ahead and pour out some white heat embossing powder on this. And just to make sure it's covered, I'm just going to do it twice, and then I heat embossed it, and then we are done. I'm putting away my stuff here. Normally I don't keep that in the video. Not for sure why that made it this time. Now what we're going to do is, using the matching die, we are going to get this lined up. Oh, my head is in the way. Usually I have to have the head in the frame in order to get things, lined up. So I went ahead and got that cut out, and now I'm just going to be making the mat for the card. I'm just making that a little bit less than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 so that it will fit on the card. And then there you can see that I have everything here to get the card together. I'm going to get some 3M foam tape out here, and I'm going to be popping up a bunch of stuff. Now I'm going to use some honeybee glue. I'm just going to use the piece of paper that I used to cut out the sentiment with and place that on top. No point in wasting that piece of paper when we could, use it. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue down the trees here. And the trees here, I'm sorry, I did not show you this part, but the trees are 4 trees stacked on top of one another. So they're super thick, and the same thing with the sentiment. So now we have pretty much the card is finished. I'm gonna put some bling bling on it here, and you're gonna see that here in a moment. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting Honeybee Stamps. I think you guys are gonna love this new release. It is amazing. There are some freaking adorable stuff on here, you guys. So make sure that you follow Honeybee Stamps on all the social media platforms and all that great stuff. Make sure that you like and comment on this video to let them know how much you love their products. And then also you can find me over as Bromero Cards on all the social media platforms as well. The card is about to be complete here. I'm just putting some silver rhinestones on here on different locations. I put one for the eye there. And then we're just gonna wrap this up and the card will be done. So you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you later and we'll have a new card next week. Bye.